previously on Gearz.
All right, we haven't done a car review besides the ones that we do with Steve Smith for quite a while. When are you doing a car review on your car?
Whenever.
That should be a very good idea. You should do a
Yes.
car review. Anyway, for the last week or so, I've had the privilege of driving the new version Peugeot RCZ. Now, I test drove the first version of it a couple of years back. Now this is the new one. And I got to tell you, I love this car for so many reasons. The person who designed the outside is a genius. Now, if you're watching, we've got some pictures up there. Just look at it. She's beautiful. Can you see it, Daisy? She's beautiful. There we go. She's very, very sexy. That's a picture from the front. You can see, I mean, just look how sexy she is. There's the picture from, she's got a beautiful front, she's got a terrific back, and then she's got breastises as windows. Have you seen? At the back, from the back there, you see she's got like breastises.
Yes.
It is just the most sexy, look there, you can see it, there we go. The top there, they're like beautiful mounds of wonderful sculptured glass. Okay. It's that simple. The person who designed the inside, however, must have very long arms, very short legs, and eyes like a fly. Because, you know, flies have got eyes that you can see everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll get to that a little bit later. Okay. Now, the RCZ is a sports car. It is a nippy 1.6 turbo engine, which is not dissimilar to the same engine, basically, as in the Mini Cooper S. Okay, she accelerates very, very well, and is quicker than you might expect. It'll reach over 230 k's an hour, 0 to 100 in under 8 seconds. Okay. Couple of things. The ride is pretty stiff. So when you're driving, and specifically, you know, because where I live, the roads get used so much. So there's a lot of bumps in the roads and sometimes potholes and those kind of things. So it gets a little bit annoying. But once you're out in the open road, I tell you, she's just unbelievable. It oozes confidence as well when you're going. All right. So when you're driving, you feel as though when you turn to the left or to the right, you've got that confidence that it's going to go where it wants to go. It's got big tires, 235s on it, magnificent sort of mag rims on there as well. So she's a lot of fun to drive. She's got a small capacity engine. Okay, it's a 1600. So the RCZ needs to be revved. All right, it's one of those cars, it needs the revs, it needs to be up there so the turbo can come in as well and keep you going. So it lacks a little bit in what you call the torque department. At low revs, when you need that power just to get you going, it struggles a little bit, but that's because it's only a little 1600. So if you go into a corner in like second gear and it's under 1,500 RPM, it's not so much fun. So just remember, it needs quite a bit of revving. She's also got a very cool little exhaust note, you know, because sound is everything, don't you think? So when you're going whoop, it's got a nice little exhaust note as well. From a driving perspective, what a pleasure. Now, the inside. Okay. The seats are great, good leather, all electric, and how you move them up and down and sideways, etc., etc. The look of the interior is also pretty sexy. Okay. But there are a few problems. As mentioned earlier, the person who laid out the interior must have had fly eyes, long arms, okay, and short legs. Don't understand who designed it. So I'm not the shortest guy around. But I find it very difficult to find the perfect driving position. And there's one reason for this. When you're in the car, the steering wheel can only move up and down. Okay, it can't move backwards and forwards. Now this is a bit of a problem, because if you want to get into the perfect driving position, then you have to push the seat forward. Okay, so then your knees are basically around your ears, and you look like a spatchcock chicken. Okay, which is not, you know, very attractive in such a sexy car. Then, well, you see. So then you get further away from the steering wheel, okay, which is okay for me because, you know, I'm okay. I've got long legs. But the problem is now when I'm further away from the steering wheel, I can't reach the radio knob.
Oh my word.
You know, on the dash. Okay. So you've got to have extra long arms and really short legs to get into the perfect position. So then I move forward back into the chicken position. So I've worked out, if I cut my ankles off, okay, it'll work better. Which leads me on to why you need fly eyes. Now, in all cars, we have the stalks that come out, you know, for the indicator, the lights, the windscreen wiper, the cruise control, and then also on this car, there's a fourth stalk which is there for you to try and adjust the radio, etc., and the volume and all of those kind of things as well. But now, because the steering wheel is so bulky, okay, because of the airbag and all the electronics inside it, it's like being blind. So you're looking at the steering wheel, and behind you can see just little elements that there are four stalks. There's nothing sticking out so that you can actually see what they are. So now you've got to try and figure out how to do it. Now you can work out how to do the indicator and the lights and the wiper or whatever. And then, you know, for the cruise control, you turn it on and then you'll fiddle around. But when now you've got to try and do the radio, where you want to change a station or change from radio to CD, and the volume and the telephone, because it's got Bluetooth as well, and the listen, it's just not
difficult.
It's just really annoying. But you know what? I'm a little bit finicky when it comes to those kind of things. And I'm sure once you get used to it, and if you own the car, you know, after a while you get used to those kind of things. I'm sure it'll be rather simple. Maybe I just make life a little bit too complicated. But let me tell you in conclusion, it's a 420,000 Rand car. It is beautiful. It's sexy. It's desirable. She drives beautifully. She's a tremendous amount of fun. She's exciting, and she's uber cool. If I had more garages, I would definitely have one of these inside there. Besides all of the little things that I've been finicky about, you know, I'll cut my ankles off. I don't mind. We'll just sort things out there. Do yourself a favor. Try and go and test drive this car, because if you're looking at a sports car, and you know, you're much cheaper than a Porsche. You most probably relatively similar price to an Audi TT, those kind of things. This car is prettier, it's sexier. Just the roof makes it, but the front, the back, everything about it is beautiful. One of the most beautiful design cars I've ever seen. Try the RCZ. I think you'll love it.
At the next intersection, turn on
Gearz with Sasha Martinengo.
weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.